Imagine owning a phone company so powerful that 1 out of every 2 mobile phones on Earth carried your logo. A company that was worth hundreds of billions, a company everyone believed was impossible to beat. Then, in less than a decade, it lost almost everything. Not because people stopped buying phones. Not because technology disappeared. But because Nokia made a series of decisions that changed history forever. This is the story of how the world's biggest phone company became one of the biggest business failures ever. In the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just successful, it dominated the mobile industry. The legendary Nokia 3310 became almost indestructible. Its battery lasted for days. Its signal worked almost everywhere. 5. And millions of people trusted Nokia more than any other technology brand. By 2007, Nokia controlled around 40% of the global mobile phone market. It sold hundreds of millions of phones every year. Its headquarters in Finland had become the center of the mobile revolution. To most experts, Nokia looked unbeatable. But while Nokia celebrated its success, a small company in California was quietly preparing its biggest attack. In January 2007, Steve Jobs walked onto a stage and introduced the iPhone. At first, many Nokia executives didn't believe it was a real threat. The iPhone had no physical keyboard. It was expensive. And it had poor battery life compared to Nokia phones. They believed customers would never switch. That confidence became Nokia's biggest mistake. While Apple focused on software, Nokia remained obsessed with hardware. Its operating system, Symbian, had become slow, outdated, and difficult for developers. Creating apps was frustrating. Updating the software was even worse. Meanwhile, Apple launched the App Store. Soon after, Google introduced Android. Together, they completely changed what people expected from a smartphone. Phones were no longer just for calling. They became tiny computers. And Nokia was falling behind. Chapter 4, The Final Fall, 345 to 440. Unfortunately, Windows Phone failed to attract enough app developers. Customers preferred Android. Others chose the iPhone. Nokia's market share collapsed. Sales dropped dramatically. Billions of dollars disappeared. Finally, in 2013, Microsoft bought Nokia's mobile phone business for over $7 billion. The company that once ruled the mobile world was no longer making the phones that carried its own name. For millions of fans, it felt impossible. But it was real. Difficult for developers. Creating apps was frustrating. Updating the software was even worse. Meanwhile, Apple launched the App Store. Soon after, Google introduced Android. Together, they completely changed what people expected from a smartphone. Phones were no longer just for calling. They became tiny computers. And Nokia was falling behind. The real problem wasn't technology. It was the company itself. Former employees later revealed that many executives were afraid to share bad news with senior management. Managers protected their positions instead of solving problems. Innovation slowed. Projects were delayed. Different teams competed against each other instead of working together. Inside the company, everyone knew Symbian needed replacing. But nobody could agree on what should come next. Years passed, and competitors kept moving faster. Then, in 2011, Nokia made one final gamble. Instead of choosing Android, it partnered with Microsoft and adopted Windows Phone. It was a decision that shocked the entire tech industry. Unfortunately, Windows Phone failed to attract enough app developers. Customers preferred Android. Others chose the iPhone. Nokia's market share collapsed. Sales dropped dramatically. Billions of dollars disappeared. Finally, in 2013, Microsoft bought Nokia's mobile phone business for over $7 billion. The company that once ruled the mobile world was no longer making the phones that carried its own name. For millions of fans, it felt impossible.